Welcome back, friends of tailors. If you're new to the channel, it's good to have you here. We are behind the scenes at the UK's last major bell foundry, capturing the personality of modern day craftsmanship, blended with the rich history of bell making. My name is May, your host and tour guide. And this week, I'm back on the foundry floor with Ant and Sam, aka Ding and Dong. There is a big iron order on the schedule, which doesn't mean we are casting bells today. Stick with us and we will show you there's a whole ring of truth to the idea that there's much more than what meets the eye here. If you love what you see, hit that subscribe button and let us know what you think in the comments below. Enjoy! Oh yeah, that's nice. The first thing I do when I get in.
You get a brew made?
For a brew.
Yeah, well, you know.
Very British.
Mine went cold, so.
We're very traditional here at the foundry.
Can you get the door for me, please?
Yes. La la.
Got to get it on the tea bag. Otherwise it doesn't infuse properly, except for this one where I'm just going to pour it on the spoon.
Oh, you know what?
See?
You're on
See what I mean?
there.
See? This is science.
Spill it, spill it.
No, normally by now we've only got like half a cup. We make a full cup of tea, and then by the time we get back to the foundry, we've got like an espresso shot, and that's about it.
Love it. What are we doing today, Ant?
We're playing with the youngest furnace, which melts iron. Yeah, that's off. You'll see.
Okay. We are known for our bells here at Taylor's, but what many don't know is to put a bell in a tower and make it sing. There are many different components to that process. Today we are focusing on the moulds for the iron headstocks and clock hammers.
Ooh. Oh, that looks like slag. We're all good. So that's the slag trap. So basically, inside here, if anything happens to the pot, it needs somewhere to go. So it basically flows around, there's like a cavity at the bottom here. So it falls into that cavity, and then the floor's on a slight slope. So it leans towards this. So as you can see, all these little droplets of like slag and not excrement, that's the wrong word. Dross, that's the one. You put me off now. Why did I think excrement? So, and then you can see it all runs to like here, and then when we tip the furnace up, it can just all run out. Careful, it might be sharp. Don't hurt your dainty hands.
Dainty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose they are quite dainty.
Yeah. And comparison.
Oh.
And then Sam's just got sausage. He's got proper Charlie boy sausage fingers. He has. No. He's got to stand here for like 5 minutes with that. You need to turn the fan on. Right, so this is the air valve. Yeah, so this controls how much air comes through this pipe. That's the diesel valve. They have to work in unison. So we have to give it a little bit of air first. You ready? Yep. Fire in the hole.
When the furnace operated on gas, it featured a pilot light system. Now, we manually have to create a pilot light using a blowtorch, wonderfully demonstrated by Sam here. Air is supplied by a fan, which travels through a pipe leading up into the furnace, aiding the diesel combustion process inside this box here. The box has a cavity about a foot wide, where the fire whirls up into the top. Initially, the gas might escape, appearing cold and condensed, making it difficult to introduce enough oxygen until the system heats up somewhat, much like starting a diesel car on a cold day. Once the inside of the furnace begins to glow cherry orange, it indicates it's sufficiently heated to begin adding metal.
Cyclone, look, you can see the cyclone coming up the sides, but the majority of it is still down the bottom, so we're not getting much updraft from the air yet. So eventually it'll sort itself out.
Whew. Just needed to step outside for a minute. It is quite smoky in there. And was just telling me that the furnace has a mind of its own, like it has a real character. So sometimes it will be absolutely fine, no smokiness, and then other times it's really quite intense. Apparently it's a lot better than it used to be, which is good. That's why all the doors are open and everything. So I just need a bit of fresh air though. I'm not used to that.
Run in from this end, run along, in, and then it will fill this whole cavity, both halves. And then these holes here, in this half, they're called feeders. So then they'll fill with metal, which tells us the mould's full, so we know to stop pouring. But then also, as this all starts to cool down and contract, it will shrink. And these feeders will keep the metal molten inside them. So as it starts to shrink, more fresh metal will get pulled into the mould and keep it full.
I get to do some moulding. What is it? What is this?
You'll see when I roll it over.
Oh, do you want some help?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. I just realised, I was like, yeah, I thought I could move this easily myself, and then I realised, no. There we go. It's a lamp standard. It's a lamppost.
Cool. Why?
Mr. Wilby, in his infinite wisdom, has had the idea of having a fingerboard on the front with arrow things pointing to where like loads of peels and bells are,
very good
which
idea.
is pretty cool. This is like a bracket.
I feel like we're on Blue Peter.
Yeah, here's one I made earlier. Literally. So that's the pattern.
Yeah.
So what we're making is one of those, except this bit, this square bit here, creates a slot.
So sorry, what are these?
These are, I think they're clock hammer brackets. So that bolts to the frame somewhere, like that.
Yeah.
And then there's like an arm in there, and then when you pull it, it makes the bell, it makes the clock hammer hit the bell. There is a technical term for them. I can't remember what it is for the life of me. Yeah, so we've got a cutting ingot. So the idea of this is that it's a pressurized system. Because of how small and thin, like I can't even get my finger down there, we want the metal to like shoot in. So we already know like that's quite wide. So you want it going into the thickest part of the casting, which is there. You straight line, probably like 2/3 of the way down, like that. And then you have to make sure that the corners of that are smooth, are rounded, because when you break it, otherwise it will shatter right at the casting and leave a dent. So you have to make sure they're rounded so it breaks off somewhere else. Then you need to fan out the back bit, like that. And then we just like round that bit out a bit so it looks nice. And then so because we've got the layout of where the runner bar's going along there, I can see straight away, look, I could probably open that out a little bit further that way, like that. Make sure it's all nice and flat, no lumps or bumps, so that then, if I imagine that's where the metal's going, look, I've got like my finger thickness of pressure going through that gap, so as the metal runs along, it's then going to compress here in like a piping bag, squeeze it, and it's going to shoot the metal in and around the mould.
My turn to do. Am I going to get this wrong?
Nah, I can't.
Sure.
If it starts to go wrong, I'll stop you.
Okay, all right, cool.
A little bit more effort than that.
Oh.
Like actually grip it like here. Like, hold on.
I'm being delicate because it's my first time, right? If it takes me 10 minutes, it takes me 10 minutes.
It's nearly break time. Got tea to drink and stuff.
Is that back enough?
Yeah, so now lift it up. Let's have a look. So brush it out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this, basically this bit here is the bit that needs to be deeper.
Right.
Yeah? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Loads better.
Yeah. Next up, spraying an alcohol-based liquid onto the moulds. Why? Well, let me explain. One must ensure that nothing wet enters the mould. If the molten metal contacts any moisture, it could react explosively. So we use an alcohol-based coating on the mould, which we burn off before pouring the metal. This burning process leaves behind a thick residue that fills the mould's granular structure, preventing the molten metal from burning into the sand. This temporary barrier not only protects the sand, but also ensures a smooth, high-quality finish on the cast metal.
Yeah, it's just you took forever, so it just dried out. because you're as delicate as a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
We've now got to rub that off.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm now going to really gently clean this bit up with a file. Get all the rough bits off, because otherwise it'll run in the mould, and then we go not on that bit. A bit around there, like that. And then you just need to make sure that this bit's all nice and clear. And then when you roll it over, just blow down each of the holes. Really. So I said when you pick it up, because then it goes down.
Oh.
Not that. There you go, like that. And like that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Pins line up. There you go.
Ooh, how exciting, my first mould. Next time, we repeat the process for the headstock and the metal is poured. We will be releasing a video every other week now, so make sure you don't miss one and click that notification bell to get notified of our next upload, because you don't want to miss the next part of the story. See you then.